I went to Guatemala in 2008, and then went and lived in Medellin, Colombia, for a summer in
All right,
'09.
Pablo.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
actually lived in Medellin. Yeah, like right around the
Nice.
corner there from where his house was. So, um, yeah, a lot of cool experience. Yeah, I've told them plenty about that. I actually already showed them my pictures from Havana, Cuba. We went there, my mom and I, a couple years ago. Before that was not allowed anymore. But hopefully that gets rectified soon, so we can all go back.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, a lot of places like that, and yeah, being able to show them and tell them, and based on places you've been, is so much more effective than, especially for a Spanish teacher. Because the cool thing about Spanish, and I always tell this to them, is that it's not like, and I don't want to compare it to anybody else because I don't know, but like, algebra, you can't walk out in the world and do, slope intercept immediately or something. That's just not applicable. You could walk down the street to the Mexican restaurant and go in there and talk Spanish to somebody. It's immediately applicable.
Yeah, immediate
So
application.
knowing and understanding that
Yeah.
the world is a little bit smaller every time we talk about it, is really effective for them, and they like watching all the pictures and videos and stuff from places.
Well, it helps them relate to other people too, I imagine too.
Yeah.
Just being more empathetic, with other cultures and stuff like that, which is something we really need in the world right now. It's so important. Especially considering these countries are our closest neighbors too. There's Spanish speaking people right around the corner.
Yeah, and helping them understand the effect that our country has had on this whole other, especially Latin America, over the last couple hundred years, and the reasons why it is the way it is. They hear, oh, Cuba's communist, socialist, or whatever. I'm like, well, you understand why that happened? Let me tell you a little bit why that happened.
Right.
And kind of closing those, gaps in their knowledge of that and understanding. And they're in high school and they'll learn more about it. But one of my favorite things, really, especially, and a challenge I've turned into almost a strength in our classes, is I have multiple native speakers in my classes. Most of them are Mexican, some are from different Latin American countries. But just being able to be like, hey, how do you say this? Or because we'll have different vocabulary, and there may be 2 or 3 different ways to say something. Well, how do you say that? Because one of them will be like, that's ridiculous. I don't say it that way. I'm like, well, somebody does. So let's see, how do you say this way? And they always find that interesting. And it's kind of helped fold the kids who don't speak English as well into our class and make more of a family environment in there. So it's pretty neat.
Wow,
that's awesome.
It's extraordinary.